everyone, welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. Today I'm so happy to be showing you a real Kenzo t-shirt, so let's get right into it. So first let's take a look at the retail bag for this thing. So it's a pretty thick, rough plastic bag measuring about 15.5 inches by 13 inches, and you can see centered in the middle there, you have that Kenzo logo made out of those lines. Look at how these don't touch here in the Z and the N. There's all this space between those. It's very clean. And then kind of on a diagonal in the middle of the O, you've got Paris all in caps. In the bottom right, you've got a vertical rectangular white sticker with rounded edges. At the very top, you've got that barcode. And then under that, you've got K42. 156P, maybe that's a model number perhaps, 4BD, 5TS043, I'd say that's more likely to be the model number there. Your size, which is small, you've got an 80 down there for some reason, another barcode, and another longer number down there. So a lot of numbers, not quite sure what everything's referring to there, but maybe we'll find out more. On the back, it does have that simple fold-over adhesive, and in the bottom left of the back, you've got your recycling symbols. And you can kind of see this does have a fold to it there at the bottom as well. Now let's take a look at the retail tags that come with this thing. So you've got two pieces of cardstock here. The first one is white on this side with that Kenzo logo, except this time it's green and black. Take a look at that green and black and how those connect to each other. You can kind of feel the print on those. And then on the back of that, it's green with your retailer's sticker. And you can see that model number right there, so that's the one you'd probably want to go with. Then you've got another piece of cardstock, this one green on this side with the website in black, all caps. And then you've got their sticker, I'm assuming, so Kenzo Sport t-shirt, K24P156, that's probably your model that you really want to go with, as well as that number up here may also be important, and your size there slightly bold. And these are tied through the size tag at the back of the neck with this little kind of bead here. It's a plastic bead, and you've got that Paris in the middle of the O with the green and black. And you can kind of see the Paris inside of that. It's plastic on the front, a kind of translucent plastic. And the back of that is the same. Now let's move on to the brand tag at the back of the neck. So you can see it just by my fingers, the kind of comparison there. These are very small tags, very sort of skinny. They don't go too far out. You can see some stitching at the top and the bottom there. So you've got that Kenzo in green and black, and then centered in it, all caps, you've got Paris. And under that, you've got a simple loop tag, which is stitched in right there with a clean stitch, and you've got that S right there. And then these are stitched in with a single horizontal black stitch at the top left and right corners. You can see they fold over there, and then you can see the back side of that embroidery coming through in green and white. Now on the back of that size tag, you can see a bit more information for the US and China. Now let's take a look at the fabric tags. So you can see these are stitched in from the back with a single purple stitch, same color as the shirt. And these are sort of glossy satin, silver, white tags. And they've got a kind of thin black print on them. So at the very top you've got that F5 model number centered over the logo. And then under that you've got that it was made in Portugal in a few different languages. You got two sets of symbols, and then your material. When you fold that over, it explains that it is cotton, and again, multiple languages, and then your washing instructions. Under that, you've got some more washing instructions, and then when you fold that over, and this is something really interesting with Kenzo. The first time I bought something from them, it was secondhand, and I thought that this was a sure sign that it was a fake. It actually says name of company and address of company, and I thought that was some template that they just forgot to fill in, but I think it's actually saying that that below that is what those name and addresses are, but they're in Chinese and Japanese. And then you've got that EAC there and the company name and address in English. And then you've got a good amount of blank space under there. Now if you take a look at the print, it is quite clean print, and it is thick as well. You can feel it on there. And another thing to keep an eye on is you see that hem. First of all, the stitching is very clean, but then the way that these stripes line up with it is very consistent. Like it's not, the stripe isn't closer to the stitch on this side and then it gets kind of further away as it goes on. It's very straight along with the stitch. Now taking a look at the collar, because this is also something interesting, it's not necessarily a rib knit, it's more of a mesh knit there. So that is another thing to keep your eye on. And the last thing I'd say, if you're wondering about the fit, it is maybe slightly boxy, but overall I would consider it very much true to size. So if you get one that's super small for the size or super large, especially if it is this design as I have this firsthand to compare to, I would say that would be something to be concerned about or to look into, because for me I would consider this true to size. So that is how you tell the difference between a real and a fake Kenzo t-shirt. Take a look at one of these other videos that's up on screen, subscribe if you like it, like this video, it's super helpful to me, and I will see you next time.